Cooking can be simple and delicious, quick, easy. It doesn't have to be crazy, man. All right, what's up, you guys? So one of the things I'm always telling people is that cooking does not have to be complicated. It can be very simple, especially on the ketogenic diet. People think that you have to go and jump through a bunch of hoops in order to be keto. Just not that way. So I'm gonna show you how to make a quick dish that's delicious and very quick to make. All right, so what I have here is actually some turnip. They look like potatoes. I was really craving some steak and potatoes. Take a look at that. All I did was with these, I just sliced them pretty thin. I sauteed them in a pan on medium heat, seasoned them a bit, and then kind of steamed them with some broth, or you could use water if you like, whatever you like. Get them kind of soft, and now I'm gonna take them out, and that way they're already kind of almost done by the time the rest is done, because the rest is gonna cook up really quickly. You can leave the turnips out if you like. I just kind of was craving that potato, and so I just wanted something to replicate that. All right, so I'm gonna let my pan heat back up. And then what I did was I took some steak. You can get skirt steak or whatever steak that you like, and cut it up pretty small into small pieces, because I want it to cook up pretty quickly. And that way, real thin pieces will be a lot more tender. Got some sliced onion and then some bean sprouts, guys. Been looking for these everywhere because they kind of give you like a noodly kind of texture. I really like these, and they're not very high in carbs, about 10 carbs in this whole bag. And you don't have to use this, and you can always do this like meal prep style. So that's what's cool about it, is like you can make a huge meal out of it and have have one or two meal prep dinners or lunches for the next day. So it's very useful. Meal prep doesn't have to be complicated. I usually just take some kind of protein, mix it up with some vegetables, cook it all up. That's my meal prep. Very quick, simple, and easy. Okay, so what I did is I took some olive oil and I marinated my steak in some seasonings of my liking. You guys can really season it with whatever you like. That's what's so great about the way I cook, is it's very versatile, and you can change it up. If you don't like steak, use chicken. If you don't like chicken, use pork, what have you. You can just change it in and out. Onions are always a go-to for me. I love them, but you gotta be careful, because if you can't have them, you get ketosis, or if it's messing with your keto, then maybe you can't have onions. If you want to add some fat to it, you can get some avocados, kind of slice that up, maybe make some guacamole. Probably go good with this dish, actually. But yeah, those are some couple of tricks that you can use in order to make meal prep easy, delicious, and very fast for you. All right, so I got my pan heated up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my steak in now. As Gordon Ramsay would say, steak in, yeah, okay. If y'all don't know, I am a huge fan of Gordon Ramsay, one of my favorite cooks. So I do actually follow his lead on a lot of things. All right, so I just want to make sure that I don't overcrowd my pan. So I'm gonna move my steak around a bit. I'm gonna turn my heat up just a bit so that it doesn't start to steam. I really kind of want a nice crust on my steak. But if you don't like it that way, you can always actually steam it. Get some brown on it, and then maybe throw some broth in there and kind of braise it almost. So, it's so versatile. You can really just change it up. It doesn't have to be complicated. Cooking can be simple and delicious, quick, easy. It doesn't have to be crazy, man. Like, I know I've made a lot of dishes on this channel that look crazy, and sometimes they are, but a lot of times it's just something I'm throwing together at the end of a hard work day. Like today, I went to work. I got up at 5:45 this morning, went to work all day, went to the gym, been out running some errands, then try to do some work on my course, because if you guys don't know, I'm going through a course to try to build my online business, that Fitpreneur Academy by Logan Sneed. Definitely check it out, give it a look if you've been thinking about going towards that path. It's pretty legit so far. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on cooking my steak up, and then throw my onions in there in just a little bit. All right, you guys, here we go. I'm gonna throw the onions in. I know that those bean sprout shoots, bean sprout, whatever that's called, I don't think they're gonna take very long, so I'm gonna throw those in last. Let my onions kind of cook down a little bit before I go ahead and throw those in lastly. You could probably also do this dish in a wok if you wanted to. I just kind of like it this way. Lets it kind of get them juices flowing, and then it kind of just keeps on cooking down in those juices. I really like that. If you want to know what I used, pretty simple. I used some cumin, some red chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little seasoning salt. So it doesn't have to be crazy, guys. You could also throw some herbs in here if you'd like. I think I got some thyme that I might throw in. If you do fresh herbs, throw them at the end. If you're doing dry herbs, throw them in at the beginning. You don't want them to kind of rehydrate, kind of come back to life, so to speak. So as you can see, guys, we got our steak and onions cooking down. Those juices are flowing nice and bubbly. The heat's got a good little heat on it. Just want to regulate it, make sure it doesn't burn. But when you do throw a lot of cold meat into the pan, it is going to bring the temperature of your pan down. So you do have to turn that heat up a bit, or you'll end up boiling and steaming instead of getting a saute, which, we didn't do a great job of, but we still got some nice brown color on it. So I'm happy with it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw some thyme into this dish. I just love thyme together with steak. It's like one of my favorite combinations. I love to take a nice ribeye, and then at the end, I'll lather it in butter in the pan with thyme and some garlic, and that's a pro tip right there, man. That's a game changer. You make that. I think I actually have that recipe on this channel. It's like the best keto steak ever or something like that. But all right, so we're almost done. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in just a minute. Guys, all I did was pour those bamboo shoots in. I added a little bit more seasoning. It doesn't have to be science, guys. Just add some if you feel like it needs it. And I'm gonna add our potatoes, or our faux potatoes, turnips that I made earlier. Throw those in there. And what you got here is just a very rustic dish. Something that you might have grew up on before you had keto or knew keto, was like a meat and potatoes kind of dish. And this kind of brings that back on the table for you. And that's really what I like about it, because there's sometimes where I'm just craving meat and potatoes, you know what I mean? And I tell you what, guys, I do believe in science. And I know that there's some people that think that sometimes your body will start to send you cravings for things when you need something from that nutrient or that kind of source of protein. And so I just was on this ravenous, like, I need some steak. Now I went on a chicken binge, I just go on spurts of what I'm craving. And so there's be times where I'm craving chicken, but today I was craving steak. So this dish sounded great to me, and so I went ahead and made it. It looks to be really good, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this heat down, and I'm gonna cover it up and just kind of let it sit for about 5 minutes, just so that it can kind of mellow out and those flavors can marry. But this really didn't take long at all to make, guys. I'll show you what it looks like when it gets done, and we'll give it a taste test. All right, guys, here we go. Here's what we got. As you can see, those turnips really did take on the flavor of the meat. They just look like the kind of potatoes you have with meat and potatoes. I'm very happy with that. And so let's go ahead and give it a taste test and see what we think here, because we could always add a little bit more seasoning to this. And I'll tell you what, if you don't like your steak somewhat tough, then you might want to cook this for a little longer. This was definitely a dish that you could make quick and easy if you're not too picky. Let's give it a taste. It smells so good. Oh my God. That takes me back to my childhood, man. My mom used to make a dish very similar to this. I think that's what I was craving. I'm sorry, my mouth's moving. Oh man, that's spot on, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, it tastes like meat and potatoes. If you're missing meat and potatoes, or maybe chicken and potatoes, whatever meat it is, you can always use roots as kind of a potato. It's not gonna be the same, no, but I tell you what, those turnips came out really great. I might just start using those more often, because I usually use the baby radishes, the red ones. All right, guys, I hope you did enjoy this quick, easy recipe video. And I'm telling you what, it can be very easy to do meal prep or create these dishes in a quick manner, because you sometimes don't have the time. And I know I don't, because right now I'm spread so thin. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe, click the bell if you're not already and you're enjoying the content. What are you waiting for? Click that bell so you're notified when I do future videos, guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and eat and get to work, because it's getting late. We'll talk to you guys later. Life's too short, so have a fantastic night.